Okay.
Cool.
I can't see. Does the YouTube chat come in through here? No.
I think so.
Okay.
I'm looking.
One of these days, we're really gonna figure this out. You bitches better watch out when we figure it out.
Oh,
I can't
man.
even.
Those redheads that read, they better watch
Yeah.
out.
Better watch out. We don't have the money to pay producers, but
We're going to figure it. It's like, so I've been going on a lot of podcasts recently, and they all seem to just click, 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 and they're live. And I'm like, what is the secret here? But
you
none
need
of
to
them.
ask them. You need to ask them.
I should have asked Kelsey. She would have told me. I should just email her and ask her. She would totally help us. Like,
Ask her.
yeah. So.
Help.
Well, hey everybody, welcome to Over Our Dead Bodies. If you're out there, we don't know. We don't know if
We
you're
do
there.
have a comment. Nicole says, "Hey ladies, I just finished The Perfect Divorce this week and I was blown away."
Nicole, we're so happy you're here. Nicole, did you read The Perfect Marriage as well, or did you just read The Perfect Divorce?
Did you guys feel like, because Anna, you listened to it before you read it, right?
I read both, actually.
Yeah.
You
okay.
read them? Back
So
to
did
back.
you
I
feel
love that for
like you would have needed to have read the first one?
Yeah, so I was
Yeah.
actually talking to a coworker today, and she is just now starting Kill for Me, Kill for You, because she's
Okay.
following us. She's just behind. And I was like, well, when you get to The Perfect Divorce, I really think you should read The Perfect Marriage.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I read it back to back, and it quite literally, it picks up a few years after The Perfect Marriage,
Yep.
but it's the same characters, and it's all intertwined. Like, I would have been confused had I not read
Yeah,
The
I
Perfect
actually
Marriage.
ended up rereading The Perfect Marriage because
And
it'd
10
been a
other
while
books.
and I had no idea what happened. So then I reread that right before, and then I read The Perfect Divorce. So I did the same thing, like back to back.
I almost texted you, Anna, to be like, just give me, like, what happened at the end?
Just a little.
I remember the gist.
Yeah.
But, like,
I
what happened
should've.
at the end?
I should have
Yeah.
told you, because, yeah, I'm so glad that I did that.
Which one
Yeah.
did you like better? Or is that like a spoiler?
The Perfect Marriage. I liked that a little bit better, I think. I think
Okay.
the divorce. So The Perfect Divorce, there were too many characters.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have all the characters from the first book, plus like 6 new characters. So I was like, ugh. I thought The Perfect Marriage was very easy to get along. Like, it was easy to go through, and it was a trial. And I always love stuff with a trial in
Yeah.
it. And she's a trial lawyer. Sarah
Mhm.
Morgan is our main character. I don't know if we can call her a protagonist because she's the villain.
I think she's a bad bitch, is what she is.
She
said,
She's like goals, man. She is like, I mean, I would never murder someone. But like the way she just like gives zero fucks is like, I'm like, I love that.
she
Could
is
never.
your.
I
She
could
is
never.
what was the bad girl that you all hated in the last book?
I was just about to say she's giving like that girl a run for her money. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
who's your favorite? Millie?
Was it
Oh,
Millie?
Molly?
I don't
Can't
remember, but remember,
But
like,
you loved her.
I got so much
Holly.
shit
Was
for
Holly?
it.
I don't know.
Guys, we'll never figure it out.
No.
Let's not even try.
We don't have enough time. But I loved her, and I'm shocked that you loved Sarah Morgan so much, Lauren. So that's your equivalent, I guess.
I did like Sarah. I felt like first of all, she's badass because she's a lawyer. Like, I just think lawyers are they're badasses.
Oh my gosh.
And then I think just to represent your husband, I mean, turns out she killed him, so she knew he didn't do it. But I just think to like represent and play that role of like the innocent wife, like my husband, he cheated on me, but I'm still gonna represent him. And then she ends up being the murderer. You're just like, this bitch is crazy. Like, I don't know.
I think it was the intricate way in which everything was set up.
Yes.
I was just like,
And then in
She
how
really
perfect-
thought it
how
through.
you thought
Then in the perfect
everything
divorce, to even stage it to look like she had died, and then like it had me. I was like, shit, she really died. Like, are you serious? And then I'm like, I kept being like, there's no way. She's the main character. Like, there's no way.
through? Yeah, there's no
And
way.
then come to find out she had planned like that whole thing. She like, I think she's cool as hell. Like,
She's definitely baddie energy.
mhm.
It gave her I'm just diving in. The casting person I gave to Katherine Heigl because I'm sure you know this, but Katherine Heigl has a very bad reputation in Hollywood as being kind of bitchy. And she
Yeah.
always goes and says, no, I'm not bitchy. I'm just assertive. And if I was a man, you wouldn't call me that. So I kind of had her in my head the whole time. I mean, she's definitely gives boss babe energy.
Yeah.
And it was just so, like you said, it was so intricate. I was like, who just sits down and is like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to plan all this out.
The
And
sparkle pen.
with my Stephen King shirt, Pet Cemetery.
Yeah.
It's called Balance, folks. But
Get you a girl who could do both.
I know it. So, but wait, let's talk about it. So, The Perfect Marriage, Sarah kills Adam's, her current husband in the first one. She kills
His mistress.
Kelly Summers, who he's having an affair with. She just kills him for that purpose, right? And Bob thinks that Kelly killed her brother, his brother.
Yes.
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 So there was no other reason for Sarah to kill other than the affair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was
That
just
feels
a
a little harsh.
I think so, but that just plays into the like crazy of Sarah. I mean,
Right.
she's kind of like,
I mean,
what's
I
mine
love-
is mine, and
Because remind me, Anna, was it like discussed at the end of the book that she was setting him up for her murder?
Yes.
So
She
like
set up
that was
her
his
husband.
punishment.
Right. It
So
wasn't.
it wasn't about Kelly.
No.
It was about Adam.
she
Yeah.
was just in the crosshairs. I mean,
The whole time yeah, I know, poor Kelly.
I know.
Yes.
And
That
Bob,
was kind of fucked up. Is there were a couple other people that got killed too as part of
Yes.
her like plans, which that is sad to me. Like, why can't we just get rid of the people who are like involved in it? But I mean, and you don't even need to. I shouldn't act like that. We just get rid of the people. No, I mean, like, she didn't need to like FBI. If you're watching, I would never. But I just mean like
we're dead with a 3. We're dead with a 3, not an E. We're
Yeah.
fine.
not our bodies,
Sorry.
their bodies.
Everybody, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There were a few other people that she ended up having to kind of like kill in the. Well, you
Yeah,
know what?
she's
She
like-
kind of redeemed herself in the perfect marriage or divorce because then she set that girl up. Remember, she made it seem like she was killed, but really, she helped her kind of get free of her situation.
That was Clarissa, the hairstylist, right?
Mhm. She set it up to make it seem like she was murdered because she was collecting her blood for a while to make it seem like there was so much blood loss that there's no way she could have lived. But she really set her up with like a new life.
Yeah, she was like,
That's-
make sure. I loved that Sarah knew that. She was like, we need exactly, I think it was like 3 liters of blood or
Yeah.
something. She's like, you're going to have to pull out your blood for the next
Yeah.
month.
Again.
And Clarissa didn't ask questions. She was like, cool, I'll do that. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Like, didn't ask questions, was like, cool. But I also think that highlights that when you're in an abusive relationship, you'll do whatever it takes to get out. So it's sad for
Yeah.
Clarissa. But that was the one happy moment, was that this lady got out of it. Like,
Agreed.
yikes.
And I was pleasantly happy to
But-
hear that because it wasn't going that way for people with Sarah Morgan. So
No.
I was happy to find out that it went a good direction for Clarissa because it wasn't headed that way for a lot of other people.
Can we talk about her relationship with Anne?
Who's?
Let's talk about it. What do you have to say? Let's hear it.
And again, like, it's been a year since I've read The Perfect Marriage,
Yeah.
and I don't think it was like completely talked about. Like, they're very close. Like, Anne knows a lot about Sarah, but I don't know if she knows everything.
Wait, so do you guys,
No, she
are you
doesn't.
talking about her like
Her
assistant?
or like,
So do you remember in the first book, I thought maybe there was like a lesbian moment or something because in the first book she was like, things got weird at drinks. Do you remember that? Like that line where she's like, things
yes.
got weird at drinks. And,
I do.
and it never was talked about again the rest of that book or this book. So I'm like,
But I think the reason she said that is because that was her alibi. Her alibi was having drinks with Anne.
yeah.
So I think she just said things got weird with Anne at drinks to kind of emphasize that she was out, like to make it more interesting that she was out with Anne.
But did she say that to the detectives or did she
Anybody.
just say that in her narrative? Because I feel like she just said
I
it
don't know.
like,
If she
I
said it to the
picked up-
detectives, I don't know.
I picked
Yeah.
up on a little bit of lesbian vibes or like romantic feelings for Anne to Sarah. And I
Yes.
think Sarah is a very like sexual persuasive person
And
and is
manipulative.
manipulative and is able to manipulate that. I don't
Yeah.
know. But that never was like clarified or discussed. Geneva Rose, we have questions.
We have questions about Anne. And there's going to be a third book.
I hope there is.
I feel like there
There's going
has
to
to
be a
be
third book.
because yeah, it kind of ended with them
Because
just kind of going off the
Alejandra?
grid. And I mean, I also
Well, I
think it's
got-
always sad to me when, you know, yeah, he cheated, but he wasn't a bad dad. Like, she never talked about him being a bad dad or anything like that. So it does make me sad in the sense that like she did kill her daughter's dad.
Yeah.
I mean, that part of it is kind of like, that's kind of selfish. Like, you got rid of him for your own benefit, but she didn't
I
really
think
think about her
that's
daughter.
why I think I like The Perfect Marriage a little bit better. I thought that the purpose of her killing Kelly Summers was a little bit more badass because, like, again, she's going to put Adam away for years. She knew exactly what she was doing. She played everybody thought she did this perfect defense. They were like, this is a great defense attorney. And she still lost while everybody else thought she did a good job, but she purposefully lost and still looked good. Like, it was just perfectly done. But then Bob, I just felt like kind of got screwed. It didn't seem
Yeah.
as wrapped in a bow, you know what I mean?
I think she mostly had to get rid of him because he knew that she killed Kelly Summers.
Yeah.
So I feel like
Yeah.
he was kind of a loose end in that sense. So she kind of had to cover her ass. And I do
Yeah.
think she did such a good job in her defense and convincing everybody that she was just this innocent wife that was defending her husband, that everybody, like, when they would question her as a suspect, they'd be like, there's no way. Like, and even in The Perfect Divorce, the detectives were even like, what if this whole time it was Sarah Morgan who killed da 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 da? And they were like kind of laughing, like, wouldn't that be crazy? Because it was like such a crazy, because she did it such good that they were like, that's crazy to even think.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that part and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
in fact, what I was super confused about, did we lose Jess? Can you see Jess? Oh, there she is.
Okay.
Yeah, I,
I
don't
didn't
know
see you
what's
for a
happening.
sec.
You disappeared.
Ryan Stevens and Scott Summers got me all sorts of confused.
Yes, me too.
I was
Especially
like,
his
wait.
role in the second book. Also, in The Perfect Marriage, it set it up to almost seem like Sarah and him were gonna like date, like the detective guy, the Stevens guy.
They had an interesting relationship.
Yeah.
Jess, you probably don't remember that, but like, so the sheriff in the first, yeah. So Ryan Stevens was the sheriff on the Adam Morgan Kelly Summers case.
When he
And
screwed
him-
everything up.
Right. And
Yeah.
Sarah and Ryan kind of had this interesting, like, they both seemed to really want to get down to the real answer.
Yeah.
Of obviously Sarah knew the answer, but Ryan really was like, okay, I'm going to use this defense attorney to help me because she's
Mhm.
smart, and he knew she was smart. But then
And
he
they almost
gets
were like
killed.
flirty with each other, like
Yeah. It was interesting.
Mhm.
But again, that could just be her being manipulative. Like, I think she knows she's good looking and powerful. I think she uses that to her advantage.
yeah,
Right.
for sure.
But then Ryan gets killed in his jail cell
Scott, Kelly Summers' husband.
and because he was mad because Ryan banged Kelly Summers.
Because it was his sperm that was found in her body. Remember, there was like 3 sets of sperm that were found in her body.
Yes. Yes.
And so he was mad because he thinks he like was the one that messed
Covered
up
it
the whole
up.
case, and then he was also
Right.
probably mad because. But there for sure has to be another one, because how does it just end with Scott Summers killed the Stevens guy, and then that's like all there
They
was
never
to
find him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they never find Scott.
Because he was like he was
Right?
like rogue. He was like on the run
I
or
was
something.
like 98% done this book, and I was like, what about Scott?
Yeah.
What about Scott? And I
That's
was
why there
getting
has to be a third
stressed
book.
out because I was like, they have not mentioned Scott. And then it was just like, what about Scott? And I was like, yeah, here we go.
Nothing.
I know.
Scott.
So was it in the Perfect Marriage? Sorry that I keep asking this.
No, I like
Was
it. It's good.
Was
It helps.
in the Perfect Marriage? Did she know that he had banged her, Kelly?
No,
That
because
Ryan had
no.
banged
they didn't find out until he got
in the
arrested and they got
trial,
his
right?
DNA.
Yeah,
That he was the other set of, because he was never in the system until he got arrested.
that's right.
for DUI, right? Because he killed someone.
Yes. Yes, I forgot about that part.
And then she was
Oh
going to
my
represent
gosh.
him. Remember? He like called Sarah to represent him.
I forgot all about all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, it's coming
But
together.
wasn't Scott the one, didn't he kill someone in a hospital in Scrubs? Didn't he dress up in Scrubs and kill somebody?
That
Who
was
did he
Scott.
kill?
That was Scott.
Okay.
He killed
Or
the Ryan Stevens
the
or
Ryan
whatever.
Stevens.
Because Ryan tried to kill himself.
Correct.
They put him in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And Scott wouldn't finish the job. Okay, because
Yeah.
I wrote their two names. I was like, I'm so confused. Killed in jail cell or killed in Scrubs? That's what I wrote.
Question mark?
I was like, wait,
or killed in Scrubs.
I don't know. Okay, good. That makes me. That's why I really think the third story is gonna have. What's it gonna be called? The perfect
Life.
Daughter. It's gonna be about. What's her name?
The perfect
It was Summer.
daughter. Summer.
That was the other thing.
Thank you. Yes.
She named her daughter Summer.
It took me halfway
Savage.
through the book. It took me halfway through the book. She said summer. I was like reading and it said summer. And I looked up and I was like, wait.
Yes. It was at the end of the perfect marriage. She like says that she had her daughter Summer or whatever. It was like in the epilogue, I think, at the end of that one. And I was just like, my jaw dropped. I was like,
So
but
you caught it immediately.
yeah, but then she didn't explain why she named her that. And I was like, what? Like, that is so messed up. But then she goes to explain it in the perfect divorce. And it's actually more of like a tribute to Summer being like, sorry, you got stuck in this like situation.
Sorry.
Kind of thing. Like,
Sorry
not like
for
a, yeah.
you.
But I took
it as like she named her daughter Summer to almost show that she didn't kill Kelly Summers. Like she did it as a tribute to Kelly Summers.
Yes, that's what she said.
This name, I don't.
My favorite part of all
You're
of that.
using your daughter?
I know that's sad. But my favorite part about the whole thing is that Bob never fucking noticed because men are idiots.
Oh my god.
She was like, Bob
was
never
probably like-
questioned it. I was like, what an idiot, Bob. Like,
she
you
was
guys
probably
killed
born
her
in like
together.
July, and he was just like, yeah, Summer. It's Summer. Let's name her Summer.
It's my favorite season.
Beautiful.
It's
Beautiful
my
name.
favorite season. I love it.
But that was my favorite part of it. I was like, what? Men are so stupid. Like, I'm sorry, guys. I love you. I don't think we have any male listeners, but.
No, I know. I'm sure he was just kind of like, whatever works, babe.
Yeah.
That was,
Whatever we
She
can
could have
do.
named her Kelly, and he probably would have went with. He probably it.
I love that.
I'm like, that's
I love that.
nice. That's a beautiful name. Irish, cute. Let's do it.
I wish his name wasn't Bob.
Oh,
Bob just reminds me of like a 65-year-old, like overweight.
I was trying to
balding
think the whole
man.
time. That's what I was picturing, Jess.
Yes.
And so
the
when I was
whole
trying to
time.
cast him, all I kept picturing was like old fat actors because the name Bob to me is just not it. Like,
It's not sexy.
and his
There's nothing
character was
sexy about Bob.
his character was so icky. So I'm like, I don't know.
But they described him as good looking, but I imagine him as bald.
Mhm.
He kind of gave me the vibes of Charlotte's husband in Sex in the City. I don't know his name. The short bald, he's a
Yes.
lawyer in
Yeah,
the show.
yeah.
And so I was envisioning him, but they described him as a very good looking man. And well dressed.
yeah.
But yeah, I had short bald man in my head.
Yeah.
I had bald man, but I had like beer belly bald man, like
Yeah.
a big
Yeah.
beer belly. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Was anyone else disappointed when it was revealed that Adam was executed?
That he was what?
Executed.
Surprised. I'm like, what state are we in? He killed one person and he's getting executed?
I was kind
Like,
of shocked too. That doesn't happen, I don't feel like.
Also, I also loved Adam.
I did too, and
Well,
I
yeah.
felt bad for him.
I think that's why
Yeah.
I kind of like the perfect marriage better, just because
Yep.
I felt like
because we don't like
his
Bob.
frustration.
No, because
We liked
don't-
Adam.
yes.
Literally, bleh, bleh, Bob,
I was
Blech.
picturing for Adam, I was
Bob.
picturing like,
bleh, you bald Bob.
have you guys ever watched Parenthood?
Yes.
So
I
for
have.
Adam, I was picturing the one
pulling
daughter,
it
the
up.
youngest daughter's husband, where they have like the marital issues. I can't think of his name. The actor. He's also in
Dak Shepard.
no, not Dak Shepard. He's not one of the their actual kids. It's the daughter's husband.
Sam Yeager.
Yes, Sam Yeager.
Joel Graham is his name in the show.
Yes, yep, him.
He's super cute.
So
Good
cute.
call.
Who do you have him for?
Good call.
Adam, because
He is, yes.
Yeah.
That is perfect.
Because
That
if
is
you've ever watched
perfect.
Parenthood, he's like the cutest, like best dad, like best like husband.
Yes.
And
I've
I was
seen him in
picturing
other
him.
stuff. Yeah, I can see him as Adam for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Great call.
I did feel bad for
Thank you.
Adam.
Oh,
I
thank
liked
you.
Adam. He was, ooh, where's that ring light at,
I just
girl?
realized that I didn't have my ring light on. That
she
just made me think
She
about
had
ring
low
lights.
battery.
But my favorite line of the whole book is from Adam's mom. I have to find it. It's in The Perfect Divorce, and I just read it right before we hopped on.
By the way, her name was like the perfect name for that woman.
What was it?
Eleanor.
Yes, literally couldn't have been a better name for her, for a mother-in-law, for a shitty mother-in-law. Eleanor is like best name.
We're echoing because Jess's thing's got to get plugged
I'm
in.
sorry, I tried to.
Is it better?
Technical difficulties.
While you're figuring that out. So my favorite line is she goes to visit Sarah after Sarah does the press conference. Well, it's much better now, Jess. It's a little better now. Is that, yeah, can you hear us? Okay. So she goes to see Sarah after Sarah does the press conference about the sperm, like the new sperm or whatever.
Yeah.
And she walks in and she goes, "Are you having money problems, Sarah? This coffee tastes poor." That is the best line ever.
She is just what you like when people say they have a bad mother-in-law. That's like exactly what you think of is Eleanor, because she's just the worst. Like nothing Sarah could do could appease Eleanor.
And I'm like, I'm going to go to somebody's house and be like, your coffee tastes poor.
Are you having
like, I just want to say it so bad. That is the best line.
I wrote a quote that like gave me the ick so bad. And it was,
oh, let's hear it.
Hold on. It was on page 165. I got to pull it up because I can't remember who said it to who, but it was when 165.
I love that you still read from a book.
I know. Every time we do our month, well, I always read from a book, but okay. He says, "I can't believe you." I shake my head. "I'm your partner. We're bros. We're supposed to have each other's backs." I was like, ick. And then he goes, "I'm a 65-year-old multimillionaire. I own a prestigious law firm. I'm both a Princeton and Yale grad. I'm a member of the American Bar Association, and I sit on numerous boards around the DC area. I'm a father and a grandfather and a loving husband. Do you notice what isn't on that list? A bro. I'm not your fucking bro, Bob." Was like,
Not your
yes.
fucking bro, Bob.
He goes, "You're supposed to have my back. You're my bro," or whatever. And I'm like, ew, this Bob guy has such an ick.
He's gross.
That's when I totally was like, kill Bob.
That quote was like, I literally read that and I like gagged. I was like, bro? Who says bro when you're in your like 40s? Like,
so he was talking to Brad, I bet, his lawyer.
Yeah, I think so.
Right?
No, that was his boss.
That's right. Because he's like, "You got to get your shit together, Bob."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's like, "We're supposed to be bros, man. I just had sex
Kent,
with someone
his
else."
boss, Kent. Yeah.
I love Kent's answer. He's like, "We're not bros."
And he's like telling him his whole, like all his degrees, where he went to school, all the stuff he has. "I'm a part of this, this, and this." And he's like, "You know what? I'm not your bro." And I was like, yes.
I thought at first that was Bob listing all his stuff. So that makes me feel
ew.
better that it was Kent.
Can you imagine?
No, and then I also wrote in my phone, I don't know what I hate this word. This is one of the words I like absolutely cannot stand. And it's not like moist or whatever. I hate this word. I wrote gullet ? No. That's all I wrote. I don't know why, but I hate the word gullet. I hate it.
I low-key love the word gullet.
You do?
I'm always like, that's such a cool word to use here. I'm always like, what a great word. Good use of word.
That's hilarious because I think the word gullet is so sick. I don't know why, but I hate it.
That's so funny you think that, because I've literally have read it before and been like, what a good word to use.
Like, can you use it in a good way, Anna? Like, what would be a
Yeah,
good
give us an
way to use
example.
gullet?
No. I don't don't know. Read the sentence.
I
Read the
didn't write where
sentence.
it was. I just wrote in my notes. I wrote gullet question mark.
Wait, let me Google
Wait,
it.
how
Gullet.
do
Because
you
what
spell
is your
it?
gullet? Is it like your gut?
I had some food stuck in my gullet.
Is that like your
Yes.
neck? What is it?
I think it's your throat.
It's when he's eating his steak. Yeah. So
Oh, yeah,
How did
that
you
is what it
find that?
was. Wait, read it. Read it.
I like searched it on Kindle. Bob
Okay.
sits across from me, sawing his steak into several smaller bites. He spikes his fork into a piece of meat and dunks it into his mashed potatoes before shoving it into his gullet.
Yes.
It's
I hate it.
How am
I
supposed
hate
to
it
feel
so
bad
much.
for Bob? Kill him immediately.
So it's funny, whenever I read that sentence, I was like, so when I go to a steakhouse, I always do that. I put the steak in the mashed potatoes.
And then you
Stop
shove it in your
it.
gullet.
I like to think I shove it. I like to think I gracefully place it in my mouth.
Ew.
But yeah, I think I wrapped
Gracefully
in
place
mashed
it? That
potato.
sounds terrible.
I will say the way that Bob is eating his steak is exactly the way that I eat my steak as well.
Yeah.
Well,
But it's gross
but-
when he does it. It's cute when we do it.
because he's
I
shoving it in
think.
his gullet.
Like if he's doing it into his gullet, all I picture is like that's what I picture.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know why, but the word gullet makes me think of birds.
Yes. I like
It kind of You just used your gullet. That is the definition. Ah!
Yes.
I don't like that.
See?
Okay, maybe I'm changing my mind about gullet. I don't know.
You're welcome. You're
Thank
welcome.
you. I
think
can
you
never
should have
read that
had
word
a
again.
different perspective on gullet this whole time, to be honest.
Jess got me. She got me good. Dang it.
I'm here to ruin any words that you may like.
The other word that I wrote on my notes, and it was because they literally said this word 1,000 times, was Manassas, which I think is like where they live or something. But the amount of times they used that word, I'm like, cool, Manassas. Like they literally were like every other sentence was like, yeah, so in Manassas. I'm like, okay, we get it. The story is in Manassas.
Manassas.
Is that in Maryland or Virginia?
Couldn't
Or
tell ya.
neither?
I don't even know where those states are.
Manassas.
Because they were in D.C., right? Outside of D.C. Yes.
They were in Manassas, Anna.
They were in I don't even know how to spell Manassas, and I saw it 17 times. It's in Virginia. Dang
Virginia.
it.
I should have known that. Should have known it.
Did I say Virginia or Maryland, or did I say a different state?
You said Maryland and something else.
I think you said Virginia. So you got it right.
I feel like I got it right, but
That's one of those.
Geography
That's one of
corner
those
over
states
here.
up in like the east.
another reason we love Adam. Sorry, I just was looking through my notes. Adam made it official by legally changing his last name. He changed his last name to
Yes.
her last.
Feminist queen.
Ugh.
King.
We love
Yes.
a feminist king.
Get him a crown. My gosh, I was like,
He's like, you want to stay in Morgan? That's fine. I'll become a Morgan too, baby. I
Like
just love him.
icon.
iconic. I've
was
always
so
said-
sad that they
And you know
killed
what?
him.
I do feel for him. Not that I think cheating is okay, but the only reason he sat out Kelly is because he was like feeling really like lonely, and that's sad.
Like, yeah.
We feel sad for Adam.
Sarah
Look at
doesn't.
that, Sarah.
Sarah doesn't seem like the most pleasant partner to have.
Yeah.
I mean, this is true. I mean,
I think we just really love Adam.
feminists.
I think
We
we
are
love Adam.
feminists here. Like, go women.
Adam
I think we
You're
just
wrong.
really like Adam.
Yeah.
Like, oops,
And
sorry.
now that you
And
put-
also, he's a
now that
huge
you
mama's
put
boy,
his
okay?
name-
Eleanor loved him.
I didn't like
That's
that part about him.
a little bit of a red flag for me, but
Yeah, that.
I
I can
didn't
look
like
past it.
that he didn't see how crazy Eleanor was, because she obviously was crazy. I'm like, dude, like,
Very much so.
yeah. I'm like, come on. This is what they talk about in the movies, Adam. Come on. Be cool, man.
If mommy comes to pick up your messes, like, yeah.
But you know what? Eleanor had my heart when she called Sarah's coffee poor. I was like, I love you.
That's
You're
the
my
kind of
hero.
mother-in-law I feel you'll be, Anna.
Yes. I hope. We can only hope.
Passive-aggressive, yeah.
Yeah.
when I was laughing really, really hard when she was like, when Sarah was giving her statement to the press and just talking about how old Eleanor was.
Yes.
And I was just like, I was dying. I was
Okay,
like,
but
this
then
is
wait, that they also
everything.
never followed up with
Good.
was suing Sarah for defamation or whatever because she was saying she was old and frail. That never got picked up again either.
She
Yeah,
died.
because she died.
Died.
That's
So guess who was right? Sarah.
she died. Who do you think killed her? Sarah,
What if Sarah? Maybe that's the perfect funeral.
mother-in-law.
The perfect mother-in-law.
Perfect mother-in-law. Eleanor's dead,
Well,
and I
because
did
Summer,
it.
Summer gets married.
And then she's the mother-in-law.
Ooh.
If you
Ooh,
need
I like
ideas.
Geneva. You can come holler. We take 30%.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe a Summer will be older in the next book.
Hey, can we
I
talk
would-
about one of my favorite characters from this story was Alejandro?
I knew you were gonna say that.
You guys know who I casted him as because
You're
this whole
not
time,
picture me.
you guys, I casted him. I think I casted him perfect. So just wait for it.
Well, I do too for me, so I'm excited
Okay.
to hear.
Maybe it's the same.
Okay.
This is who I kept picturing the whole time. Was Manny Montana from Good Girls, the really hot ass drug dealer. Stop!
My gosh.
Girl.
I kept picturing
Girl.
him the whole time, and I'm just like, whoo.
I didn't know his name, but so did you watch Good Girls, both of you?
I watched the first couple seasons.
I think I only
fell
watched the
off.
first couple seasons too.
I
Yeah.
don't know if he's in the first season. Is he? I don't
I
remember.
think so.
Yeah, he is.
Guys, any scene he was in Good Girls, I would be like,
Really?
The one where he says to her, and he's
you
like,
don't think
get in
he's
the
sexy,
car.
Jess?
No.
Lauren, she doesn't think he's sexy. Oh, I think
The
he's like
time where he's like,
sexiest.
he's like, get in the car. I'm like, you don't have to tell me twice. I'll be there.
I'm coming right now.
Really?
I can't believe Jess isn't. I thought so sexy.
I just kept thinking because he, in the perfect divorce, he was like an ex-con and he had like all these tats and he was kind of like a
Wasn't he, big and
badass, but like,
muscular, though? This guy's a skinny guy.
I know. So I will say Manny is skinny,
Manny
but there's
Montana, we cast you, but you have to go through an intense
Tom Holland type of
bulk
vibes.
must go on some roids immediately.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Manny has the swag of it all. He's just got this swag, and I know I say that word every freaking episode about a man having some swag, and we're not gonna he who shall not be named. But who did you have, Jess? I'm dying to know.
No, I didn't have.
You don't have
anybody.
one?
I'm going to go find a better one right now. 'Cause
Do it.
You
this is
can't.
it.
You can't. You won't convince me.
I'm telling you though,
Really?
Manny is there's something sex appeal about him, and I just
Ugh.
assumed Alejandro was a sex appeal kind of guy.
I just kept thinking because well, and then it's disappointing. He ended up turning out working for Bob, but then he still ended up helping Sarah. But
he
yeah,
killed Bob's brother.
the whole time that he
Look
kept
at
like
Jess's
coming
face.
over and doing jobs.
She's determined.
She's so
Sorry.
disappointed in us. She's like the disappointed mom right now.
She's like, oh my god.
I think it was like his character in New Girl and Good Girls too. Like I never got it.
I was
I
like
know.
on the edge of my seat any scene he was in.
Mm-hmm.
Cause she was like this big voluptuous woman and he's like skinny and could take it and like
I think it might have been who he was cast against. Christina Ricci, right? Is that her name? I can't remember. Christina Hendricks.
no. Yes, Hendricks.
Because
think.
I watched her in Mad Men,
Mm-hmm.
who she was cast with like a silver fox skinny guy.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
their chemistry was
Yeah. You're like, I just can't
I
it
had
just
a
can't
huge
compete.
crush on whatever his name was.
What
But
John
not
Hamm?
this one. No. The silver fox guy. Oh my gosh, what was his
What?
name?
I don't know his name, but I've seen him in
Sterling-
multiple stuff.
Sterling
Yes.
Cooper. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily love Manny with that actress. I just loved him, and I think I was just jealous of her mainly because I was like,
Yeah. This
Anna, do
bitch.
you need a moment?
I'll sell drugs
alone?
for you any day, Manny.
I'll sell drugs for
Maybe.
you any day.
Tell
She's
me what to
not
do and I'll
being
do it.
serious, FBI.
No.
Yeah, no,
FBI
again,
is
FBI. This is
D3AD.
it's all for fun. Haha.
We're nice people. So did you ever suspect Alejandro of working for Bob until we found out? I had no clue.
I started getting a little suspicious when that night he went over there. I was kind of like, I don't know if she should trust him. When he went over to
for
be with
dinner?
Sarah that night when they slept together. But
Okay.
then deep down, I was like, Sarah's not stupid though. She's gonna know. Like she'll know.
Yeah, I once him and Bob talked about it, I was like, he's not gonna nail her because I mean he did nail her, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I was like, he's
the sexiest scene I've read in a very long time.
I mean, he was clearly money motivated because he's like, I'll pay you. She said, I'll pay you what Bob was going to pay you to kill me to not kill me. And he was just like, sure, whatever. Like, he's in it for the money, not the kill. So he's like, yeah, you're going to match the pay. Like, I'd rather not kill you anyway.
No problem.
For a second did I think that he was going to kill her.
I didn't think for a second either.
Because
no, I never thought so.
Yeah. I thought their chemistry was great.
He'll be in the third book.
Has to be. Yeah.
Somehow. He'll be in the third book.
Now he's her loose end.
Yep. He's next.
So Bob was her loose end in the other one.
I'm trying to figure. I want to guess that name so bad. The perfect marriage. The perfect divorce. The perfect something. The perfect Alejandro.
I was just going to say that.
I love saying Alejandro.
I also think that her whole business is actually super ironic too, that her whole company is trying to get ex-cons jobs and stuff. Meanwhile, she's literally a murderer.
Her whole life is ironic.
She's just a con all the way around.
Yeah.
I will say the part that kind of threw me off, where I was shocked a little bit, was that she played the Clarissa part in the basement.
Yes, I didn't expect that
bit,
because I was like, how did she let Clarissa go down there and be like,
yeah,
and then
so she was pretending to be her. Yeah,
I'm like, so now she's an actress too. Yeah. My God, she's got it all. This
bitch does everything. No, but I was confused
and the
because
fact that she dragged the bricks.
I was confused though because
that was so funny.
What was the name of the other girl that actually was captured down there?
Stacy.
But didn't she say, yeah, I heard in the car, I heard a guy saying that she knows too much about me. She has too much on me. Where did she hear that then? Or did Sarah tell her to say that? I never remember how that played out.
Clarissa said that in the basement.
You're right. So it was really Sarah.
And then told, right.
Clarissa.
Yes. So that Sarah then, so that Stacy then would tell them, yeah, when the other girl was down here, she said this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm telling you,
that's why I feel like if there's a third book, it should be the final book, and she should get what's coming for her. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, how many murders can this woman and kidnaps can this woman get away with? But she thinks about it all. For her to be like, I better say this little nugget where, oh, she knows too much. Man.
Yeah.
She's a smart cookie. I think that's lawyers like that. They, you know the ins and outs. You know how the law works. You know what a trial looks like. You know what evidence you need. She knew what she was doing. Now I just want to be like, all the lawyers I know, I don't trust you. You guys are really smart. Yeah. I don't know. I'm kidding. I love lawyers. My dad was a lawyer. I love lawyers. Don't come after us.
Too smart.
I feel like So I feel like lawyers and cops are the ones that know how to get by with stuff because they know the process. I mean, what's his face knew how to hide his his sperm. I don't know how else to say it. I shouldn't have said it that way. I regretted it the moment it came out. I was like, oh my God, ew, who am I? I'm in public.
Never did I think that we would say that word.
It's like, oh my God, I'm so... Bleep it out, Riverside. Well, I'm glad it happened, though, because the whole first book, I was like, are we never going to find out who the third guy was? We're never going to know.
It was so annoying.
No, you didn't. You had to wait. So, but did she say in the book? I read that book a week ago. I don't think she did. You could be... I trust you more than my brain.
Because is that why she didn't represent him?
In the DUI? Right.
No, sorry. Is that why she didn't, like, Sarah didn't represent Ryan Stevens?
For the DUI.
Because of the hidden DNA.
I think that's what she blamed it on. She said she couldn't now because of that. Yeah. I think once she found that out, I don't remember her finding out before everybody else did, but if she did, she pretended she hadn't known and then said, yeah, I can't represent you because of this, because she's going to reopen the Kelly Summers case, or she knew that they were going to because of it, and it would be a conflict of interest.
Yeah. Also, what was Bob doing when he left Summer that night? Remember, Sarah was all pissed because he left Sarah or Summer, sorry, alone in the DC apartment.
The night she got murdered?
No.
Oh, okay. I remember this.
No.
Lauren, do you remember this?
And
I don't remember this at all.
Sarah was like so pissed that Bob left her alone, and she was like, "Where were you?" And he was like, "That's none of your business."
Is that when he was having sex with Stacy?
No, this was
Later.
This was later. This was like in the middle of their separation.
Well, now I don't know. Where did he go?
I
They
think
never
that
told us?
It was just a mysterious.
Do you think he was
Lauren,
having
I think your mic is off. Are you talking?
She's glitching too on my. I can't. She's glitching bad.
Lauren. Did you
It wouldn't
touch
be
the
an
invisible button in the front of your microphone?
no. She did. So wait, talk more. Can you hear her?
Yeah, I can't either.
Maybe he's having another affair.
Bob was just being shady.
Yeah, he was just
I'm
a
not
shady
your bro,
creep.
Bob.
He's just being a bro.
I need that on a t-shirt. I'm not your bro, Bob.
My gosh, that would be such. Can we please make those t-shirts, Jess? I would wear that so hard. And we could put like a little rose at the end so it's for Geneva Rose.
Yes.
Please.
I love that.
I'm not your bro. I'm writing it down.
I'm not your bro, Bob.
And I also want to write a shirt that says, your coffee tastes poor.
My husband would love that shirt.
Because he's obsessed with coffee.
He's such a coffee snob.
So
if someone brought out Folgers for him, he'd be like,
he would hate to see me coming. I drink the poorest of the poor coffee.
Part of waking up is
Folgers in your cup. Ooh. And it is the best part of my morning, Folgers. You were right. You nailed that commercial, my brother. He always makes fun of the coffee. I shouldn't say this, but he doesn't like the coffee his father-in-law buys when we go on vacation and do like an Airbnb. He's like, we're going to have to go get some other coffee, Anna. And I'm like, okay.
See, this is the tricky part about going away with people to Airbnbs, because you're like, what
kind of coffee
situation? Because coffee is a very, very specific, like it's a very personal experience for everyone.
Yes, it is.
And
here's the thing.
Like, you get someone like you who's like, shit,
whatever.
And I love it.
Yeah. Sell it as coffee. Looks right to me. One of my favorite cups of coffee is McDonald's $1 coffee. Can't go wrong. Ooh. So the next time we're in an Airbnb together, Jess, you can buy me the ritziest coffee or you can buy me the cheapest coffee. I'm down for either.
I think we should do a coffee taste test.
Jess, we should, because I bet I would, the cheapest coffee, I'd be like, this is the gourmet coffee right here.
I don't drink coffee, no.
Because Lauren, you don't drink coffee, right? We should then.
No, I don't want to start drinking coffee.
You a coffee. Let's get you addicted.
No.
Let's get you addicted to caffeine.
I don't need that kind of addiction. Stop it.
It's like, stop it, guys. I'm innocent. I don't drink coffee.
I will say I appreciate that about you, Lauren, is that you're not one of those annoying people who don't drink coffee. You're like,
no, because there's definitely those people that are.
My personality is that I don't drink coffee. That's the most interesting thing about me. Yes.
Right.
I'm like, honey, that's not a flex.
No.
Don't. No. I just like, what do you do in the morning?
I'm just always really happy, guys, and energetic. I don't need
your water.
Caffeine.
I know.
I just wake up in the morning and I'm like, perfect, you know.
I love that for you.
Little old me in my not caffeinated body.
Beautiful.
You
No,
don't drink
I'll
any
have
coffee? Like
every once in a while I'll have like a bubbler,
Alanis or Celsius.
or like if I go to Starbucks, I'll get like a refresher. You guys have never had a
bubbler?
bubbler? You guys have never
What's
had
a
a bubbler?
bubbler?
Hold on. It's like a
What's a bubbler? I'm googling it. I thought
no, that's Wisconsin.
I thought you called a water fountain a bubbler.
We call it a
Bubbler.
drinking fountain.
Okay. I was
Minnesotans
like, we've
call
had
it a
this
drinking
conversation.
fountain, and Wisconsin people call it
That's
a
Wisconsin.
bubbler. You guys have never had a
I'm dying
bubbler?
to know what this drink is.
Ugh,
I can't see
look it up,
that.
a bubbler.
Your screen's all blurry, boo.
Okay.
It's like it's a
Okay,
sparkling
bubbler-
it's a sparkling
bubbler
water. Can you
drink?
see it? No, it's like a
I see it. Okay.
It's not an energy drink.
So that's
but
the
it's-
brand you
it's-
drink?
It has like a cup, like it's equivalent to like a cup of coffee.
I've seen these before.
I've
They're
never
really
seen this
good.
brand.
Very, very rarely.
I've never seen it in my life.
Antioxidant sparkling water.
My black coffee. I'll take. Now I do like creamer, but the past 2 weeks I ran out of creamer at work, and it's like I'm a teacher. We're gonna be on summer break. There's no point in buying another creamer, so I've been drinking black coffee for like 2 weeks, and I kind of feel cool. I'm like, yeah, I can drink black coffee.
Now that is a flex.
That's a flex.
That is a flex.
That's a flex. Yeah,
I
but
would
it's
think.
really just me being cheap and lazy for not wanting to go to the grocery store and getting my coffee creamer. That's really
Well,
what it
God
comes down
forbid
to.
you like forget the creamers in there, and then like
Yeah,
next school
right?
year,
And then there's gonna be rat infestation and mold and
curdled coffee creamer,
no, thank you.
curdled coffee creamer going down your gullet.
That's Geneva's gonna put that in her next story, in her next book.
1000%. Curdled
She's-
creamer in your
Ugh.
gullet.
No, that's what it sounds like. Gross. Well, when Lauren pops back on, we'll close her out.
Yeah,
I guess she's having some
Are we-
difficulties.
I know. We're announcing the book, right?
Yeah, and I don't
Or
remember
next
which
book.
book we picked.
I think I got it. I think
Did we
got-
decide?
we got a unanimous approval.
I don't care. I'll read
What?
whatever you guys say.
While we wait for her to join, what have you been like watching?
So I'm actually watching 6 Feet Under, which is an old HBO show about a family. It's got Dexter in it, the guy that plays Dexter,
Yeah.
and it's a family that owns a funeral home. It's from probably like the
Yeah.
early 2000s, but they just put it on Netflix, and it's a dark comedy. It's so witty, but it's dark and delicious about how hard life is and how hard it is to be, with family, and we're all messed up in our own ways. I'm digging it. So good. What are you watching? Tell me.
There's not really a whole lot on right now.
Are you doing
for me,
Secret
I'm not-
Life of Mormon Moms or whatever?
No,
I haven't
I
done that
can't.
either.
I'm not that desperate. For
I'm having
content yet.
issues.
Yeah. A lot of people love it
Lauren,
though.
I know. Okay.
But I bet she knows this
Yes.
one. Ask her, Jess.
Are you watching Secret Lives of Mormon Wives?
You have to watch it. It is like the
We both haven't
best.
yet.
It's
I knew she would say that.
so good. You guys have to.
I just don't like their faces at all.
Your coffee is poor.
They would for sure.
Those bitches
It's-
would
you
say it
have
and
to
mean
watch
it.
it. It's
and they would hurt my
it's
feelings.
all over my that's all that I see on like all my socials right now is like mom talk stuff.
That's what everybody's saying. Yeah.
Well, like right now, I'm being served about Jen Affleck tricking her husband Zach into a pregnancy.
Wait, what? Rewind.
She took
Wait.
again. Like, I have no idea what this is about, but apparently she took.
I
out
don't
her
think so because
IUD.
she acted devastated
In
when she
secret
found out she
and,
was
like,
pregnant.
got
Like she
pregnant.
was like so upset. Yeah, they all have been.
Who is
They
who
were
are
they
these
were on like
people?
the Vial files about this.
Not Ben Affleck's Jen Affleck.
Wait,
but
who-
Jen
who are we
Affleck
talking
is a
about?
Mormon wife.
Jen Affleck and Zach, her husband Zach, but
No, Jen Affleck is
second
one of the
cousin.
Mormon
Oh,
wives.
I was like, who are these people? Like, okay. That's why I don't know who they are.
They're like not your traditional Mormons. Like you'd have to watch the
So
show. And
Mormons are allowed to use
actually, a lot of them
IUDs?
are not currently. A lot of them are not currently practicing Mormons. Some of them are, but some
Yeah.
of them are
Well, I
like
can
they
tell
grew
by
up
the-
Mormon and now they're
can
not
tell.
like actually part of the Mormon church. But a lot of them are, and you can tell which ones are and which ones aren't. But their whole thing, the whole reason why they say they started Mom Talk was to like normalize women being more like progressive in Mormon churches. I don't know. You'd have to watch it, but You would. It's
I
literally
probably
so
will because
much
I love
drama.
Salt
If
Lake,
you
the
love
Real
like the
Housewives of
reality
Salt Lake
TV
City,
show
and they
drama
were all
stuff,
Mormons,
you will
and
love
some of them
it.
still are.
I
It's
binged the whole second season in like a few days because it's so good.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes. So this is a headline on E! News. Mormon wife Zach Eflek says wife Jen tricked him by
Scandal.
secretly removing IUD to get pregnant.
Do you think? And this is gonna get gross.
There's no way.
Do you think? I love that.
No.
Do you think she pulled
With
it out
what?
herself, or did she go get it removed? You can. Yes, you can.
There is absolutely no way. And this is gonna get gross, and I apologize. TMI.
Yes,
But
I already
like,
brought it.
You know
my
what?
tampon
Whenever
string
people-
gets stuck up too high, I'm
Oh, I
like,
know.
this is it.
Wait, are we
This is
still
it.
live?
Shock.
Yeah, toxic shock. It's happening. It's happening. I'm the same
Wait a
way.
minute, are we still live? No, okay. So you know how like I've seen people. I'm like looking to see
Oh my
if anyone's commenting. You know how people yeah. You know how people like will post how they're in like the ER because
Nicole's
they got it
still
like
with
lost
us.
up there and they have to try and find it. That is my biggest fear. Or like when people say like they had one in and they didn't realize they like had one in already and they put another one in. I think about that more than I probably should
And they
because
put
I'm
another
so
one in.
scared of that
Yes,
happening.
yes.
I mean,
Horrifying.
they put the label everywhere. It's scary. We've always been told, like, make sure you check on it down there, and it's scary.
I feel like I need to have one of those magnets by the toilet when I'm on my period. Just be like, is it
Yes.
in? Like,
Is it?
you know,
Yes.
is the laundry clean or dirty?
Yeah.
Are the dishes
Is-
dirty?
Is the tampon in or is it out? Oh my God, Jess, you should invent that and sell it. That's our first piece of merch.
Wait, why is this the most brilliant thing I've ever thought?
I for real think people would use it. If we're all three so scared of toxic shock, I think everybody is.
Are you scared of toxic shock? Have I got a magnet for you?
Here's your magnet.
It's like a suction cup that you put on your porcelain toilet.
It's saved 573 lives so far.
It saved 3 lives, us 3.
We're just lying. Okay,
That's
kids,
funny.
what are we reading in June? Dang it, Lauren left us right in the. Oh, is she coming back?
Lauren,
I
are you
just
still
burped in
there?
the mic. I'm so sorry.
It's past hours.
It was direct hit. I was like, dang it. Should have known. I've been doing this a while now. I should know.
Okay,
We'll do an
I'll
ounce
just
and
say it. Yeah. So, for June, we are reading "Listen for the Lie" by Amy Tintera. Apparently, the audiobook of this is 10 out of 10. I
Really?
had my librarian tell me that it was 10 out of 10.
Shut
I had
up.
someone else tell me. Yeah. So,
I love that your librarian said that. What a cool librarian.
I know. I was
That's
like,
awesome.
Okay. All right.
I told my school librarian today that we were reading a Geneva Rose book, and she's like, "Oh my gosh!" And someone else was like, "You have to follow her on Instagram. She's hilarious." And I was like, "Oh, I would have never guessed that she was funny."
She went on this book tour for The Perfect Divorce like 9 months pregnant. She's
Love that.
I know.
I
it's
love that.
amazing.
Well,
Okay.
I guess we'll just say goodbye for Lauren. Should we do the sign off without
I feel
her?
weird without
I know,
don't
we
feel
have to
good about
wait,
it.
right?
Yeah.
She's coming back.
If she doesn't come back in the next like 10 seconds,
Okay.
I don't want
Okay.
to like make people wait.
I mean, they're just dying to hear us nail our sign off. What is our sign off again? Wait. You're not okay. I was like, she came.
I'm on my phone. My
Okay.
computer's being weird or something. I don't know.
So we already announced the June book and we're ready for our sign off.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But just number us down.
Remember,
You're not a
dead,
dead body. You're a somebody. Over our Dead Bodies Book Club. We love you guys.
Love you.
See you in June.